to insult or hurt the feelings of Muslims, but this video does not intend to insult or hurt the feelings of Muslims, but its purpose is to show that apostates are human who have feelings and must be given the right to express themselves against their former religion without fear of facing persecution or harm. Simon Wilder, quoting Walt Whitman, Song of Myself, you shall no longer take things at second or third hand, not look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the spectres and books. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides, and filter them from yourself. Move ye with honors. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at in another way, even though it may seem silly or wrong. You must try. Now we all have a great need for acceptance, but you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad. Robert Frost said 2 roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. This is a battle, a war, and the casualties could be your hearts and your souls. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Okay, I've come live now, and perhaps I won't be able to convince Iran. So, sharing this as usual on my Facebook. This could be the second time, and they'll kill me here on my group. I keep forgetting I think now I have Alzheimer's. So let me just check if I have shared this on my old, and I'm, I'm also very old case, old Karachi Americans. So just sharing so that, no, I did not. Beautiful hadiths was the last one. So thank you for waiting and joining me. And I could be the only one here making a fool out of myself, so I don't have to worry about it. Yes, my voice is faint. God knows when I might leave you because the shock if someone could die of shocks, that would have been me, one of them. You know, how do you say it? Yeah, so convincing Iran, I do not have Imam Hussein sacrifice. My voice has gone faint. And please excuse me because I might be having Alzheimer's disease with Alzheimer's and along with schizophrenia. So it just gets worse. Excuse me. I think I have no, I don't have bronchitis. So health problems. Bear with me, please. This could be my last will and testament. So let's see. Sorry, my introductory videos are sometimes very long. I could play another one, the one I was laughing at, laughing at the ayat. So where is it? Surah Baqarah, verse 2:1.
3. So it's really boring, I know, so boring. Uh, Surah Baqarah, I'm very, very slow. Let's see if anyone joins me here. Surah Baqarah, verse 213. And what was the 214? In the beginning, mankind followed one single way. Later on, this state ended and different. Yes, so you see, but that's not the reason why God sent prophets and all this, because they have put in brackets too early trying to explain that mankind was one single community, one single way. Later on, the state ended and differences arose. As usual, I'm not prepared for this, so I'll be slow. It might take an hour or two and make a fool out of myself. Let me see if in live stream last time I could. So I also went quite, the one on religion went quite berserk in that, confused. You see, mankind, human beings, a race has it come out of incense, incest, incense stick. So नहीं, अगरबत्ती नहीं है बिल्कुल भी। अगर आपको उर्दू आती है तो अगरबत्ती नहीं है, इंसेस्ट। तो अगर आया है क्रिश्चियंस भी, they do this, they, why did they do this? Follow a religion. In the beginning, mankind, race, humankind spread by incest. So I was saying like uncle, but you see, I got confused. I must have become really tired. So Adam and Eve's children, son, um, daughters, their children. Okay, so the son's children and the daughter's children. And somewhere along the line, they could get married, right? No, no. You see, this dumb. You see? Now, somewhere along, this is the mistake I made earlier in my live stream. So, see how dumb, sorry, I don't mean to insult myself or you, but you see, somewhere along the line, because how can somewhere along the line this happen? When Adam and Eve's son and daughter, they'll have to get married to have children. So this was very scary later on when I heard myself saying this. Very dumb. So very, very low IQ. Right? Have you ever thought of this? So sorry I made this mistake there and made a fool out of myself. So I apologize. Now I'm not prepared and I just don't know. See how I made this mistake and just following. I cannot be Bhakti Marga devotee, a Paramahamsa Vishwananda, not out of superiority, but what has come to me and the control is there. However, things happened yesterday and I went, I was really disturbed. I thought that, superiority, being ungrounded, superiority complex could come in, could have, because I was feeling so insecure in this madness attacks and all. So, excuse me. Oh, so the thing is that, oh, my ears are plugged. I feel kind of funny. Um, so because of the mic, right? It's attached to the headphone, and I feel kind of funny here. I don't know how loud I'm speaking. Okay. So what? I've forgotten nowadays. Alzheimer's. What I was supposed to say. Paramahamsa Vishwananda. Sorry, I'm um, taking his name. I feel not behind his back because he knows. So last night I was very very scared again. Whenever I hear his satsang, I get really really scared. Like you know, what sin have I performed, done that has made me go through hell here? And so I wanted to unsubscribe to him last night, but someone was holding my hand back to, get my tab and go to YouTube. So I was like, no, no, I don't belong there. And um, I'm not a Bhakti Marga. I'm not a member of Bhakti Marga, and I don't belong there. And but what he said in his last satsang, I think last night I heard it, and it was like 2 days ago. He said so. It was really it was like my kind of like my religious sermon majlis during Muharram sometimes. So you bring your karma and then you can be in hell. You can create hell for yourself. It depends on what you do. So I was just wondering what I've done in my past lives that God has not forgiven me for. And then, the usual self blame, and then go and think of, oh, those tyrants, but they must have had a hell of their own later on. However, they have won, like Hitler, killing Jews. They did that. And then I was thinking, but couldn't think straight. Then in his sermon, there were other things he said about the ego, about thinking, you know, highly of yourself and being ungrounded and thinking you are connected to him and he's communicating with you. Thank God it's come. He's communicating with you and this and that. Uh, so what happened is I went to sleep and I had a dream. I saw him in the dream, and he says that there was actually I was there, so I have this thing, ungroundedness. And so I think I've got signs and I'm Radharani and Sri Krishna I've known and all this. So I'll just give you a slight part of the dream where if I'm Radharani and the Sri Krishna that I know and knew from O levels, and he was there also, then how could Paramahamsa Vishwananda, because he's from Vishnu, Shri Krishna is from Vishnu, and all this, say that? But Paramahamsa Vishwananda said that in my dream that everyone comes back to me. And so in my dream, I see first time me and this person getting married. This is the first time I've had such a dream about him. And Paramahamsa was there on the side, but he was always like he was there. He would appear and then disappear and then appear. Yeah, like that. But then in the end, he said the last time I saw him in this dream, he said that everyone comes back to me. So a Quran ayat. I searched for it and I found it here. Everyone goes back to Allah. Uh, all, all return. But I wanted this, right? All return to Allah. In Surah Yasin, I don't know how it is, but I just want to search another verse. Um, from where you have come, where we have come, we return to. No, that is not what I want. From where we have come, we belong to Allah and to Him we will return. So maybe in Surah Yasin it's like this. It's been ages I haven't read Surah Yasin. Indeed, we belong to Allah and to Him we all return. Surah Baqarah, Ayat 156, I think is enough for this. So Surah Baqarah, Ayat 156, pininterest.com, thank you. I'd have a look at this. So I'm sharing my experience and dreams. So what got to me is to free Iran, and all this is another of his lectures on satsang or question and answer lecture, however you may put it. It's on YouTube. So he talks about uh, that how God made you, and there's no, um, it's nothing against the gays, homosexuals. Be how God made you. So if you can listen to him, is this live question and answer with the master? It's a question and answer, 27th May 2020. So I've shared this on my Facebook profile. So he says that it's not wrong to be homosexual, but I don't know if, like, what about pedophilia? It doesn't mention that, and he doesn't mention incestuous relationships. But he does say that homosexuality is not wrong. And what he says, his wordings really got to me, because then afterwards, recently, when I came across this ayat, that humanity was one single nation, Surah Baqarah ayat 213, it made sense. So how they blame the policies in the Quran ayats. And then he was also saying that some people, they differentiate, Surah Furqan, right from wrong. So we gave you this criteria. And so they are indirectly. So this is to save people. Please don't punish them. Did you see the thumbnail I've put on? This poor little, only eyes showing, he must be in prison, Islamic prison. And so how we judge people, and how Prophet Muhammad also and his Allah judged people, whereas he himself made a mistake, we are told in Surah Azab, ayats 5. Oh, I keep forgetting. And he made a mistake, and then he broke an oath in Surah Tahrim, we are told. And then he married, but there's, that's okay, he married. All Muslims would say that's okay, he married his adopted, it's not his real son, his adopted son's ex-wife. But then I took the one hadith that had come that said that he went goo goo gaga over Zainab bint Josh when she was the wife of Zaid. So I took that hadith and I showed in my live streams why I considered taking that hadith. So homosexuality is okay according to Paramahamsa Vishwananda. And what else? But he didn't speak of incestual relationships and pedophilic people, whether that is right or wrong. And so I didn't. I left it at that because I thought of what about pedophilics and incestuous relationships? Is that also from God, all right? So then I thought something must have gone wrong somewhere. However, he says homosexuality is not wrong. So now Surah Baqarah ayat where humankind was one single community. Mankind was of one religion, or before their deviation. Then Allah sent the prophets as bringers of good tidings and warners and sent down with them the scripture and truth. So you see how we are deluded before the deviation. Mankind was of one religion. And who brought that religion down if you say before their deviation? And it doesn't here say deen, it says ummat, nation, community, ummatan. So which prophet was there in the beginning to keep them as one single community, right? Do you get it? Do you get what I'm saying? Here now they've put before, or maybe before also, I didn't see this. Before their deviation, then Allah sent the prophets. So before sending prophets, mankind was of one religion, and then they went deviating. But before they went deviating, which prophet had told them to given them a religion? And however, it doesn't say religion, it says they were one ummatan, not from one religion, deen. It doesn't say deen. Then raised up Allah prophets, word by word in English, the Arabic ayat in translation. Okay? So this explained, hopefully, I've look at this again. Mankind was of one community, not religion. And then they put in brackets before the deviation. Then Allah sent the prophets. We were told Adam came here first. He was the first man on earth. Logical fallacy doesn't go with reason. So, who guided mankind into one single community? Because it says, then Allah sent the prophets. So, if you take, they were one single community, but in brackets, it's put before the deviation. Before their deviation. So, had they remained one single community, Allah would not have sent down prophets. And so, Adam, where was Adam? Fallacy here. Then Allah sent, then Allah sent the prophets. You see, mankind was one single community. Then, then raised up Allah the prophets, bearers of glad tidings, as bearers of glad tidings and as warners, and sent down with them the book. There was no book before this when mankind was one single community. And no prophet. This verse, if you look at this verse exclusively and closely examine it, so you may think, okay, in my past, that live stream about religion, and I mentioned about Adam, the race, how did it spread? I had become dumb, like thinking, but how can I corrected myself, like, how can the daughter's race, Adam and Eve's daughter's race, and Adam and Eve's son's race, um, how would they increase, spread? you know, without them having an incestuous relationship. So stop at that. And I didn't stop at that. And I carried on saying, well, maybe uncle, nephew, God knows what, niece. So I confessed that I was dumb in that stream. So now, hope you. I mean, I've corrected myself, right? So hope you overlook this as I go on discovering. So, and I also realized that I could become so dumb and get so confused and become so dumb. So it's very scary. But thank God, then, then I found discrepancies in the Quran ayahs, which I'm sharing with you. Now it's for you to not believe me, but to see what I'm pointing you at. And if my reasoning here fails, you can correct me. But thank God for the help of Paramahamsa Vishwananda. Before that, Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji. I learned a lot from the Hindus. That at least, yeah, you accept this homosexuality and all is from what it is. That is not wrong. But let's find out. I will go deep into this. But here, mankind was of one religion before the deviation. In brackets, it doesn't say in the ayat. So I explained all this. Do you see this again? It's very important. So they weren't distinguishing. Yes, as my friend in London, she was a Hindu. She told me that in the soul spiritual level, there's no female male. So, right? And here we become like female, male, and like that. Become gay, have these different sexual orientations. So now what I want to say is that trying to show you so you can say I'm dumb, I make lots of mistakes, and you will not listen to me. But why would you listen to a person who says that all he knows all knowing Allah, right? And he made a mistake here. We are told in Surah Azab, verse 5, I think. Let's see, or maybe 4. Call them call them adopted sons by the names of their fathers. That is more just with Allah. Um, your brothers just with Allah. But if you know not their fathers' names, call them and if you know their fathers' names, then call your brothers, call them your brothers in faith and mawalikum, your freed slaves, not your friends, not awliya. And there is no sin on you if you make a mistake therein. Yes, here it is. Now you see, I used to read it, and maybe let me just guess. I could be wrong. Maybe as a Shia, I did not understand this ayat when it says, "And there is no sin on you if you make a mistake therein, except in regard to what your hearts deliberately intend." So if you make a mistake in calling them your adopted sons, giving them father's uh, their father's name, or your father your name, sorry, your name, not your father's name, maybe even your family name. But if you make a mistake like that, like uh, not deeply examining the verse properly. Oh, so now I understand that this means it doesn't mean that if you make a mistake here, but if you know not their fathers' names, call them your brothers in faith. In so, and if you don't know their fathers, call and your brothers in faith and mawalikum, your freed slaves. So mawalikum does not mean a friend, but or a master. It means your freed slave, which we are told in the commentary section. So you'll only understand this verse properly if you read it in context. Who was said to Muhammad before being his adopted son, and how he became his adopted son by the Islamic rules, or by, oh, that you can, sorry, that you can understand through the Quran ayats, that Allah corrected Prophet Muhammad when he was alive. The ayat should have, a revelation should have come telling him not to adopt the son by the pagan Arab custom, but it didn't come. And later on, he's corrected him, which made a lot of, doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you? So I could make many, many mistakes. Huh? Sorry, forgive me for that. But as long as I come, I'll correct myself. And maybe Alzheimer's disease might get me, and then I won't be able to come at all. So please give me a chance in this, even though I make mistakes. Maybe we can save homosexuals from so much pain, heartache. And also like men, Muslim men getting married to many women, we can save that. The some children, they might get disturbed. Pakistanis, okay, in Arabia it's rampant, but in Pakistan, uh, it's not that rampant that Muslim men get married to many women. So I was brought up in Pakistan, and in my childhood, I didn't even know that I'm an Arab, because we spoke in this. My mother and my father came from a Luwati clan, or whatever you may call it, community. And so there are Khoja Oman Muscati and Khoja Sindhi is this kind of very similar. Okay, so I didn't know I was an Arab, and so the point here is that we could save the children. The father goes, gets married, and doesn't tell his children about it. That's shocking to the children if they've been brought up in Pakistan many years back. So, we say in Islam you should not hurt people's feelings, even. So, a father, even like through the religious way, he should prepare his children. They look, there's this ayat, and if it says if the wife is, and he should, not that the children are Muslim, so they must accept it, but he should also explain to them because you're not supposed to hurt people's feelings. And Bibi Fatma Zahra, I was told by my aunt that she, until Hazrat Ali was married to her, he would not marry any other woman. So I know what some Shia said that if my wife was Fatima Zahra, but are you Imam Ali? Right? Like that. So if my wife was Fatima Zahra, but have you given maybe your mother was even your mother was not Fatima Zahra, so how can you expect from a wife to? And if your wife was Fatima Zahra, so this kind of a thing, I really don't like this kind of style, indecency and taunting people like that. Uh, Understanding. See, this is the problem. Some of our Shias have been like this, unfortunately. So I was saying that the father should prepare his children, but he doesn't. Sit down and talk to them. And the wife gets a shock, and the children get a shock. So, you know how Islam is about how particular and strict that families should not be disturbed, and the man should not go into adultery if he's married. So we've opened the case. We've kept many things open. Like muta is there, so they can take recourse to that if they have this urge and they're away from their wives. Muta, and that would, adultery destroys families, destroys your blessings, barakat. But that's okay. Islam has said one, two, three, four. If you can do justice to the orphans, but if you can't, and look at the way, this is another, oh my goodness, Mary one, two. So who can do justice to the orphans? Three or four? Quran ayats. How many ayats are there? If you fear, you have many fears. If you fear that but this fear, no. God has said, but yeah, even like we are human beings, so if you fear, so if human beings have fears and all this, so everything God has covered. Like if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly, so there are these terrible people who cannot even deal justly with the orphans. But it's talking about the orphans. This time I look at it, not a free believing woman like in Surah Nisa. Oh, this is the Daily Star. Let me get this. Surah Nisa ayat 3. This is about orphans, not about women who have parents. And if you fear that you will not deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry those that please you of other women. 2. Let's, okay, 1. Okay, you will not be able to deal justly with orphans. Now that I've grown up, little, excuse me, is there any other ayat that says it's, this is on, if you will not be able to deal with orphans justly? Hello? Who can deal with orphans justly? Oh my God. Has anyone pointed this out? Maybe someone has, and I don't know about it. Maulana Sahab, religious scholars, excuse me, is my comprehension now? I'll get confused and start to make more mistakes. Wait a minute. Huh? And if you fear that not, you will be able to do justice with the orphans. Al-Yatama. Al-Yatama, or the orphans, look. Are all women orphans? Hello? So those orphans then marry what seems suitable to you from the women inside. So it's better to marry orphans than to marry free believing women who have parents. But if you're not able to do justice by marrying orphans with orphans, then marry oh my goodness, for how long have we gone? Have we, what's this? Excuse me. I think I'll have to go to the multilingual Quran and see where what the Shias are saying about this. Can't understand. If it's the verses on orphans, then they say, would they say it changes? Three. Wait a minute, what's this? Let's read the two orphans restore their property when they reach their age, nor substitute your worthless things for their good ones, and devour not their substance by mixing it up with your one. Oh, he always made with your one, with your one. It's 0NE. Oh, it's ONE, ONE. You know, I'm Alzheimer's. I can't help it. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. Traumatized brain damage. For this is indeed a great sin. Okay. 3. If you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphans, marry women of your choice. Okay. So it's better to marry orphans, but if you fear you will not deal justly with orphans, then marry women of your choice. two or three or four. But if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with them, then only marry one. I hope I got this right. If man fears that he cannot be fair to an orphan girl in regard to her dower and other conjugal rights, helpless as she is, and in his charge, then he may. No, no, you're not adopting orphan girls, are you? You are not in charge of orphan girls. What you did to Zaid, what your prophet did to Zaid. Um, okay, this point also. So let's see. And then, helpless as she is and in his charge, then he may, instead of taking the orphan girls in marriage, yes, you shouldn't touch orphan girls. Marry women. Oh, so you want to help orphans by marrying them? But if you are not that kind of a man who can even do justice to orphans by marrying them, just marry women who are pleasing to you, two, three, or four, but not more. Sorry, I have to speak in this tone. There's a lot at stake if we bring the Islamic laws and punishments and penalties. You're not, how can I um, show you, not convince you, not influence you, but how can I show you that these Islamic laws, fear. Okay, so the Shias also say that, God has covered everything. I'm just sick and tired of this excuse of the Shias. Forget the Sunni Muslims and the Muslims, non-Shia Muslims. God has covered everything. So if you fear, okay, continuing with this Ali commentary, Aka Puya Ali commentary. If a man fears that he cannot be fair to an orphan girl in regard to her dower and other conjugal rights, helpless as she is and in his charge, then he may, instead of taking the orphan girls in marriage, marry women who are pleasing to him, two, three, or four, but no more, but no more. So there's no five that my father brought this person. Uh, there's no five. If you believe in the Ahlul Bayt, and I know you were Shia, and you are Shia, Anga, Agha, what's his name? Rizvi. Ahlul Bayt get naraz, upset, since your father's married, and he went on saying that they two, three, or four, and more, and more. But here, the Shia commentary is but not more. So, are you from the? You are from the. He was from the Talbot Shias. Yeah. Oh, but if he thinks he cannot treat so many with equity, please, here everything fails on. The sky has fallen on my head. He must marry only one. Thus, monogamy is the ideal, and polygamy is only allowed as a safeguard against greater social evils. The so called civilized ideologies have maligned the permission to marry four women in complete disregard to all natural facts, overlooking the miserable conditions prevalent in the world before Islam and before even Christ, Jew, what Abraham knew Before Noah, before Adam, I tell you, mankind was single community. I not tell you. Surah Baqarah ayat 213 tell us. So any frustration coming up, any anger on Shias, I'm not angry at the Shia. I'm just angry at this religion and how it made us and other religions too. Christians, Jews, how race come without, how race spread from Eve and Adam or Adam and Eve without incest. Can someone please solve this problem? And at that time, God want incest to happen? God is stupid. Oh, God, not you blaspheme, you will be killed. And if I was in those years, they would have burnt me on the stake. Which you blaspheme. See this problem happening. Maybe later on, God say that. Later on, God will say, I regret in the Bible. I regret creating human beings. Right? Now, everyone wants God, but no one use their mind. And we are told in the Bible, do not judge by your own standards, but rely, trust in God. He will guide you. So, called civilized ideologies, let's continue. In fact, has provided a rational positive direction to the sexual anarchy and topsy-turvy man-woman relationship the human society had been living through till the advent of the Holy Prophet in Arabia and continues to so live in societies. No, Jesus say that to marry only one and you commit adultery in heart. If you look at a woman, married woman, another man's woman, when you are married, lustfully, Bible verse coming as in Catholics, divorce not possible unless very, very strict, unless something I not to know, you have to write letter to the bishop, pope, then he write to the pope, and God knows what happened. Very rare cases, because it's death. It's what? What's the vow in the Catholic? I not to know about Protestant. In fact, so let me continue here. In fact, has provided a rational, positive direction. Topsy-turvy continues to so live in societies where formal permission to marry more than one woman does not exist. Whatever Allah enjoins on mankind is in their own interest. It is the nature of man to raise questions. But those who sincerely make efforts after trial and error come to the conclusion that the divine injunctions alone can solve the problems, not our opinions, not our mind. The opinion of some of the anthropologists and sociologists of repute are given below. In general, a gregarious life, a life in association, favors polygamy. The most civilized nations must have begun with polygamy, and in reality, it has been thus everywhere and always. In the various civilized societies, living or dead marriage has commenced by being polygamous. It is a law which has few exceptions. Evolution of marriage. M. Letorno, sorry if I mispronounced his name. Monogamy, far from being defended on the scope of its naturalness, no anthropologist of note has even maintained that monogamic marriage was natural to male human being. The evidence is all the other way, and we learn on the best authorities that as an institution, polygamy exists in all parts of the world, and that is, it has flourished among the Hebrews, the Slavs, the Teutons, the Irish, the Indians. None of the Hindu lawgivers ever restricting the number of wives a man. Oh, there's some supari here. Sorry, just excuse me. A number of wives um, a man is allowed to marry. Polygamy was the rule in biblical days among the ancient Jews and was permitted and even enjoined in certain cases by the Mosaic law. It is nowhere forbidden except to bishops in the New Testament. Encyclopedia Britannica. The practice of polygamy among the Vedic Indians is abundantly proved by direct references in the Rig Veda and other texts. The heroes and the Brahmins of the epic are frequently represented as having several wives. So please check this. Conduct and its disorders biologically considered Dr. Mercier, Baume Mercier, the watch maker. No, just kidding. I just remembered Baume Mercier. Dr. Mercier, sorry. Lifelong monogamy is perverse and would prove harmful to our race. Were this, well, I hope you finish the race quick. I hope it would be the end of the world. For it's perverse. Yes. Let's germinate, germinate, germinate. So this is our Shia. Very, very good. I tell you, Lane, the case for polygamy. If he takes another woman, I'm just, Samuel. So David, master's daughter, wives. Amir Ali, life and teachings of Muhammad. Very, very long. So I cannot read all this. Sorry, I'm giving you homework. So my point was to see if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphans, what kind of a verse is this? How does it start like this, orphans? Marry women of your choice. So this means that preference is given to marrying orphans, but if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphans, marry women of your choice, 2 or 3 or 4. But if you fear that they shall not be able to deal justly, that you shall not be able to deal justly with them, then only one, or a captive that your right hands possess. Excuse me again. That will be more suitable to prevent you from doing injustice. So my point was here. What's this? If you fear, I think what this verse is saying, and then it's saying that marry women of your choice. But with this, before this, uh, if you fear, so preferable would, in other words, you should marry orphans to help them. You can't keep them. You can keep them as sisters or your, you know, adopt them. Oh my God! So don't marry them. if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with the orphans, then marry, and there's a comma here. No, but there's a comma here, and Mary is not a name. So after the comma is a capital M here. Do you see this in this ayat? It shouldn't be capital M. So marry women. I'm getting a vertigo. Sorry, I just have to close my eyes for a while until the dizziness goes away. Uh, okay, just getting my bearings. Okay, marry women of your choice. Two or three. And then it goes like you can marry as far as four of your choice women. How fair is that? But if you fear that you shall not be able to deal justly with them, like two, three, four wives, then only one, marry one woman or a captive that your right hand possess. So please look at this, huh? This, please, and I just remembered that, you know, we have these religious scholars, marjas and all in Iran, Iraq, Shia. What a great, terrible disaster. Meting out punishments, maybe, you know, for gay people, homosexuals, lesbians, transvestites. Now we have that hijab problem in Iran. So, and maybe also from the Sharia, you know, marriage, divorce problem. But meting out punishments, yeah, but even divorce, like the wife, the when the wife asks her husband for a divorce, then it's khula, and she doesn't get the man what is promised to her in the nikah contract, marriage contract, akad. She loses all that, and it depends on the husband if he wants to give her a divorce or not. My someone I know in my family had to wait for years because her husband was not giving her a divorce, and now she was all alone with a child, and no Shia could intervene. But you know, for men, he could in Oman have what his right hands possess, and even marry of his choice, right? All these lapses, justice lapse takes place. I've seen it in front of my eyes. No Shia religious scholar can help. He'll say it's up to the husband. What can we do? Something like I don't know. I don't know what they say. But this is like But when Muharram comes, everyone is ready. Iraq, Iran, wherever Bahrain, Majlis is taking place. Fervor is there. But when the man agrees upon, Baba, now give me a divorce so that I can, was, she started working. She had a daughter with this man. He was perhaps sending money for his daughter, or stopped, I don't know. But she had to work. Her daughter was her motivation. For many years, he did not divorce her. It was like a punishment for her. It wasn't like she had done anything bad to the husband. I've known her. She's very close. She was very close to me. Very generous, very nice person. So it's a man's religion. Someone told me this, and it's right. And then another case where a Sunni case where the husband says you cannot meet your uh, sisters, or you can't even meet your father. If the husband tells his wife, you can't meet your father, she's supposed to be obedient to the father, to the husband, right? Here, but this, ye Prophet Muhammad, he get married to Ramla, Abu Sufyan, we not to say anything. And with a good history coming, very, very good. Let us now go out of this. What the, so, sure, you not to look here, Ramla, Habiba. No, I would call her Abu Sufyan. Did Abu Sufyan ever touch Muhammad's anyone? Huh? What did this Muhammad do? He touch. He get married to. And we are. Oh yes, yes. She became. No. Her first husband was Ubaidullah ibn Josh, a brother of Zainab bint Josh. Sorry. Ubaidullah and Ramla were among the first people to accept Islam. In 616, in order to avoid hostilities from Quraysh, okay, that's what come from Islamic Islamic history. They both emigrated to Abyssinia, to Ethiopia, where she gave birth to her daughter, Habiba bint Ubaidullah. God knows what happened to her daughter. It is claimed that Ubaidullah later converted to Christianity. That would have been my case too. He tried to persuade Ramla to do the same, but she held on to Islam. His conversion led to their separation. He did not kill her or anything, or she did not kill him. Marriage to Muhammad. Muhammad sent to Ramla a proposal. What does Shia say about this? Huh? Okay, so she's now separated from her husband. They divorced or something. And Muhammad sent to Ramla a proposal of marriage. Bad etiquettes, I tell you. Because, for you it is, you see, for the Muslims it says she become What? Mu'mineen. What Mu'mineen? Mu'mineen, you get their behavior, you get guidance from them, of course. Hazrat Aisha, that's what you say, right? Who cannot even keep Prophet Muhammad's secret as a wife, confidant. Surah Tarim, what kind of Mu'mineen are these? But anyways, let's see. Muhammad sent Ramla a proposal of marriage, which arrived on the day that this poor Abu Sufyan have so many daughters, and Muhammad just sent her a proposal, one daughter. How you opportunist take the opportunity? The day she completed her iddah, widow's waiting period. The marriage ceremony took place in Abyssinia, even though Muhammad was not present. Ramla chose Khalid ibn Said as her legal guardian at the ceremony. The Negus king of Abyssinia read out the khutbah himself, and Khalid ibn Said made a speech in reply. The Negus gave Khalid a dower of 400 dinars and hosted a huge wedding feast. Oh, goodness. He also sent musk and ambergris to the bride through the slave bara. Slave bara. What a slave is someone like. Muhammad did not give a dower larger than this to any of his. Oh, Abu Sufyan's, look at them, he's bribing, and you don't see him bribing. The Negus then arranged to send all 30 of the remaining immigrant Muslims. You see, because okay, this good. Tabari writes in that the marriage took place in 7 AH when she was 30 odd years old. Of course, Muhammad wanted to take her life in Medina. On one occasion, Abu Sufyan, you see, you don't do this now, would you? If this hadith is, what is this? Hadith hai ya from the Sirat. Acha. John Glubb, The Life and Times of Muhammad, Lanham, 1998, page 304 to 310. Citation 10. Gulliam or Gilliam, Isaac, page 543. Very serious. Ibn Isaac. Isaac. With carpet, you see, you Shias not take this into consideration because Abu Sufyan at that time was not Muslim. And now you see, if suppose even if this hadith is fabricated, sorry, the seerah, the history is fabricated. God knows which chain of narration it come. These people crazy enemies of Islam and Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. I think I want to dam, maro dam mit jai kham, bola subh sham, Hare Krishna, Hare Sham. From that Indian movie. Excuse me. My blood boiling. So now you see, just suppose if Ramla get married and Abu Sufyan come to meet her. Abu Sufyan polytheist. Ramla married to Prophet Muhammad, believer. al Mu'mineen. What do you think will happen? Huh? And we are told the Makkans even expelled Muhammad. What could happen here? You say, okay, this not happened. I hardly know if you think okay, as he went to sit on the apostles' carpet, she folded it up so that he could not. That's why even Shia say that my father told me that no, what we can't do anything because the husband say not go to father's house. Wife has to be. Is that true in Shia Islam? I'm just saying off the head. Wife has to be obedient to the husband. If wife not, then they separate and this and that and no, that's for adultery maybe. If wife not listen to the husband and say, please, I want to go to see my father, what does Shia say about that? Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid Ali Sistan, or someone, from like that we write to him. So Surah Mumtahana, do not have any affection, but but Abu Sufyan, now he grabbed the daughter of Abu. I really want to grab you. Sorry, if I was alive at that time, I. Thank God. Like Abu Sufyan, really something not to shoot. Well, there were no guns at that time. And where Ramla's mother? By God, he said, since you left me, you have gone to the bad. Very well said. true. Then Abu Sufyan, you see how he make people come down to their knees, and then Shia say Abu Sufyan not a real Muslim. Shias, you not to know. You were Abu Sufyan, and you read this and say, no, you reject this. You reject this. Okay. And we are told Ramla become Muslim, that's why, and now she become Ummul Mumineen. But this etiquette, you tell me, huh? Let's say I have bad family members and I love someone, want to marry him as a Shia. But I think of his parents, his family, and I say, no, 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 don't come here. Don't marry me because, my father bad, his family members bad. Something like this, let's suppose, right? For your whole life you have bad uh, father-in-law. And how? Because we want community. I want to see that communities come together. Even communities come together, not only family members. And the attitude problem and one don't. You're very bad. You not to learn anything. You feel sick with them. They prejudice, bias, and all that. Not come. No, no, not good people. I will forsake my marriage. Sacrifice. If I'm selfish, I would get married to the. I would at least feel a little guilty that okay, you can't help it, Sarah. Okay, okay, no. I think okay, you did this, but you know what? He could have married someone else, which had a. Because you see, in Islam, every etiquettes, ethics. No, no, I don't think that he should become a part of this family. Or I mean, yeah, he oh, interaction and all this. So let, but then we can do something is that stay away, try to avoid this father, father-in-law and his family. And maybe my mother's family also. So let it be. Oh God, yeah. One Indian movie I see like that, the girl saying, "My family not good." Not to think you should. I get idea maybe from that Indian movie, right? Now this not etiquette, right? Proper. I don't know how he convinced Ramla to become a Muslim before she married him and her husband. Then we are shown, but where that the daughter of Ramla, no mention of daughter of Ramla. Maybe the father took her. Oh my God. So what etiquettes really? Huh? Not good. Now, how many, what human rights violations happening in the name of Islam? And because your Islam say this right, this wrong. Cultural differences we have. Let's go to the universal. That's why searching for universal truth all the time. Even as a Shia. I'm proud of my Shia. Sometimes I say this and then I say, no, no, what the universal truth, I still want to be sure. And then he marries Zainab bin Josh also, like that Zainab bin Josh's case. Then Safiya bint Huway, he killed her father, like humiliate her father. And Safiya, like, I want to marry Muhammad. How can such daughter? Because he against Muhammad and they conspire against him. But Safiya bint Huway somehow attracted, get a dream while she was married that she saw she getting married to a moon or something of moon fall on her. Some sirat from the sirat coming history. We'll go. Should I go to Safiya bint Huway? So see what see here what I put. Remove Islamic laws. Free Iran from Islam. Now I'm not also another point. I'm not from Israel. I'm not a Jew, and I'm not from America, and I'm not for America. Why I do this? And if you see my great grandfather named Jawad, Imam Jawad, Imam Muhammad Jawad, right? Imam Ali Raza's son. I was a real Shia. I am not living in America. So from Sunnis, we got Muslims that we Shias from Ibn Saba, and that the Jew, this thing and that thing. No, Jew did not break the Ummah. Umar ibn Khattab did, we were told, as a Shia. But I not take those things into consideration just like that. I have to look closely. I not even take Shia side anymore because I'm an ex-Shia. But on what basis I am showing you, right? Even my Shias correcting. And you will, Shias, leave your, drop your amama, sorry. You know the head turban. If you are Sayyid, take it out, remove it. If you are Sheikh, white, you wear a white turban, take it out, remove it, please. We have humanity in great problem. And we want to be single community. So now you think you also, yeah, because Shias, Safiya bint Huway, you will say that what? What will you say? You not take the side how he killed her father, and then he marry her. Can who ye? Sorry, my head damaged. I cannot pronounce certain words properly and the names also. I cannot put stress on my head. It already very stressed. After Muhammad's death, she became involved in power politics. Anyway, Safiya bint Huway uh, did not. She was not with Imam Ali. Why? Ask yourselves. Battle of Khyber. Safiya's first husband, Kanana ibn al-Rabi, was killed in battle. Huh? Still, and her father? Yeah, see here, according to Muslim sources, Safiya is said to have informed Kinana of a dream she had in which the moon had fallen from the heaven into her lap. Kinana interpreted it as a desire to marry Muhammad and struck her in the face. Very, oh my God. Huh? So, these kind of things creep into this history from one side, leaving a mark which was still visible when she first had contact with Muhammad. Now, okay, maybe Kinana very smart. I will, He interpret, maybe it's interpreter of dreams or what. Battle of Khaybar, like Hazrat Yusuf, we are told in Surah Yusuf. In May 628 CE, the Muslims defeated several Jewish tribes. Ask yourself how they did that, Shias. God's help, one Momin believer is equal to 10 disbelievers. And Imam Ali equal to Lashkar Kuffar, how thousands. The Jews had surrendered and were allowed to remain in Khaybar on the provision that they give half of their annual produce to the Muslims. The land itself, I would really slap Muhammad now. What the money taking and all this. The land itself, I'm, huh, the land itself became the property of the Muslim state. Ask yourselves, how dignified are you? This agreement, how dignified is he? Give us provision. The Jews had surrendered and were allowed to remain in Khaybar. Khaybar was where? Who was living in Khaybar before Muhammad migrated from Makkah to Medina to save his life from the Meccan policies, we are told. So in Khaybar there were Jews too, right? Good God, what is this? If tonight is the night, it's all right for love. Pericoma song, American song coming. But I'm not American spy. I just like American songs. The Jews had surrendered and were allowed to remain in Khabar. Drop this religion immediately on the provision that they give half of their annual produce to the Muslims. Are itne greedy. You know, we say Aisha greedy. Aisha, Hazrat Aisha. Because, you know, halwa, throwing, eating, God knows what. Did Aisha ever throw a plate of halwa? In Sunni Hadith, so here my Shia is getting into trouble if Aisha, did Aisha throw a plate, a plate of halwa? Let me see. Sweet, it is a sweet dish, Arabic. Sunni Hadith. You, I blurt out something and make my Shias come into, and this should not be so. So I apologize greatly. Allah's Apostle said to him, mention the name of Allah and eat of the dish which is nearer to you. No, there's maybe there was fight to where Aisha. No, don't say much. No, I don't think Aisha threw plate of threw. I'm just guessing over my stupid head. The Prophet picked up the two pieces. She struck the hand of the Prophet, and the ball fell and broke. The book of kind treatment of women, and put them together. Then he started to go up. When Aisha broke the plate. Okay, so yes, it is there. I think Muslim Central. This is not even a Shia. Not halwa, some plate. Aisha broke a plate. Understanding the situation, the Prophet took the two halves of the dish and he said to his companions, eat your food. This is not about Aisha. What kind of this one? Jealousy. Ooh. Anas said, this is beautiful hadith we have here. I think I got another one. Very intellectual. You will know right from wrong, etiquettes, and the exalted character of the Umm al-Mumineen and Prophet Muhammad. Sunan and the generosity of Prophet Muhammad. Sunan al-Nasai, 3955. Anas said, the Prophet was with one of the mothers of the believers when another one sent a wooden bowl in which was some food. Okay, sorry, I apologize for the halwa thing. She struck the hand of the Prophet. And the bowl fell and broke. The Prophet picked up the two pieces and put them together. Then he started to gather up the food and said, your mother got jealous. Eat. Your mother got jealous. Eat. So they ate. Whose children? He waited until she brought the wooden ball that was in her house. Then he gave the sound ball to the messenger and left the broken ball in the house of one who had broken it. Your mother got jealous. Eat. What is happening? I have no idea. Actually, whose children? It says here was one of the prophet was with one of his wives, mother of the believers, who's Umm al-Mumineen, prophet's wives. Quran ayat, Surah Asab. When another one, another mother of the believers sent a wooden bowl in which was some food. She struck the hand of the prophet and the bowl fell and broke. Intentional or mistake? No, no. The prophet says, your mother got jealous. Eat. Whose mother? Oh, goodness. Because none of the mothers of the believers had, maybe her child from, maybe this Ramla, I don't know who, because your mother got jealous. Eat. So they ate, the children. Mother of the believers has done this. We need to find out what else says the great Sahih. Great Sahih. And this is a Nisai. And remember I tell you about Nisai, and very, very old, I think. Sunan and Nisai, maybe. After Prophet Muhammad's death, after how many years we get this hadith? Sunan and Nasai. We have to now go to how old, when this hadith was compiled, brought after Prophet Muhammad's death. So Sunnah.com have grades on it. Aisha broke a bowl. One of the wives of the Prophet gave the Prophet some food in a bowl. Then Aisha broke the bowl with her hand. It was Aisha. Anas narrated. Jami al-Tirmidhi. Jami al-Tirmidhi, 1959. Oh, 1359. Hey, yes. Who are you inside of me? They say, they are also laughing and saying, Zahra, it come out. I have invisible friends. Mommy, are you laughing inside of me? Food for food, vessel for vessel. Then Aisha broke the bowl with her hand and discarded what was in it. So the Prophet said, food for food and vessel for vessel. Sahi. This also great Sahi. What else do we need now? She's not, no, no, at least she's not greedy. Oh my God, and you Sunni Muslims, you are going to follow this al Mu'mineen behavior. But I'm right now, I want Iran. I wish I request, I appeal to Iran what I want. No one listening. Two people here. Tell me. No, no. I think that this prophet really terrible. I'm sure you have a soft corner for the prophet, but you want, if you knew what he is, you would break this bowl on his head if you were there. You see, he was a rapist, no etiquettes. And Sunnis, you too. See, what if this hadith is right? You are going to be on. Forget it. There's too much. God knows what is going on here in Islam. I said to Aisha, "Tell me about the character of the Messenger of Allah." She said, "I've read in the. Have you not read in the Quran? And verily, O Muhammad," she said, "Yeah, standard of character, exalted. The Messenger of Allah was with his companion and made some food for him, and Hafsa made some food for him. But Hafsa got there before me, so I said to the slave girl, 'Overturn her bowl.' She went and caught up with her, and she was about now. Hafsa, al Mu'minin, fight, will have a fight on this. Aisha very jealous. So I said to the slave girl, 'Overturn her bowl.' She went and caught up with her. Some saying this, some others saying that she hit the Prophet's hand, this other hadith. Some saying she told the slave girl, and she was about to put the bowl in front of the Messenger of Allah. She overturned it and the bowl broke, scattering the food. There's a way of saying the bowl. I'm not saying it properly. I think bowl. The Messenger of Allah gathered the pieces and the food on the leather mat, and they ate. Then he said, sent for my bowl and gave it to Hafsa and said, take this pot in place of your pot and eat what is in it. And I did not see any expression of anger on the face of the Messenger of Allah. High exalted character. So she's giving her example of what she did to the Prophet. Prophet very patient, enduring the wife, al Mu'mineen. Very bad behavior. Jealous Aisha against Hafsa, where Muhammad make a, now don't say it because you'll have to show it. Brotherhood. Abu Bakr, brother of Umar, this he make, right? And they're very, very close. And how could she do this to Hafsa? Oh my God. No, no, this not making sense to me. What is this? Maybe it makes sense to the, they don't want to even believe in Aisha. Oh, okay, sorry. Well, how shall I put it? So let the Shia religious scholars, no, no, I will not let them be. Because you see punishments and you know what is at stake. Homosexuals at stake, marriages, children, divorces, women's rights violations. So I have to show I've done a bad job. I have to show to my Shias, and I'm not going to Hayatul Qulub because I don't have the heart. But I tried my best. What else can I show the Shias from the Quran? Oh, yes, so Ramla and this bad etiquette, Safiya bint Huayb, marrying her to help her. Help her? Did he succeed to help her? But he did not succeed. Oh, yeah, when he failed to. Zed and Zainab bin Josh. He did not succeed. So, wherever he also failed, he married the adopted son's ex wife to help her. I could go into what the wife gets, what the children get, but forget that. What the this orphan helping. So it's preferable to marry orphans. But if you have the fear, then you marry one, two, three, four. But then again, fear come that you will not be able to do justice. Marry of your choice. One, two, three, four. What is God saying? I don't understand. Maybe His wisdom very, very greater than mine. And I'm having Alzheimer's problem too now. So we will now today. It is very, very comic. Wait a minute. I not to become serious. So what I tell the Shias? Quickly tell me, someone. Yeah, hijab. Oh, there was a debate on hijab, but I'm not going there because Shias will give me that. Bibi Fatima Tisara say the best way to stay away is to stay away from men. Bibi Fatma's hijab doing. No, I don't want to go there. Hijab of Sayyida Fatima. Maybe it is coming from Sunni Hadith. Oh, Sunni site. This Aski Islam, yeah. So the best hijab to stay away from men as a blind man sought permission from Fatima. Why you she has not put Prophet Muhammad frowned at a blind man? Huh? When you give us this hadith, he can. Well, okay. Maybe he can. He have notes. He have nose. He have ears. Hear her voice, not good. Muslims have always had high regard for Lady Fatima. And introduction, understanding the personality. Now you see, they are a mother, ghamkhar aa gayi hai. And the Zara being very, very rude. The perfect human being, Fatima. Men have reached perfection. Many women, only 4 have reached perfection. Yes, Mary, Fatima, angel form. You see, oh, fragrance with the scent of heaven. Prophet Muhammad used to kiss his daughter. He would kiss Fatima. Fatima is the, not, I mean, on the cheek, but we were told on the mouth also. No, really, I'm not, it's not a rumor in Pakistan. This is true. It comes from my Shia. The Prophet Muhammad kissed his daughter on the mouth. That's my father gave me pan from his mouth. Chewing, I smelled very can't chew. He chewed the pan and I said, Daddy, give me pan. So from his mouth, he give me, that. Fatima is the height of goodness and virtue. Fatima, the bright star of guidance. A part of, oh, it must be hurting your heart, right? But the Safiya, nothing. To Ramla, nothing. And the friendship and enmity with Fatma's, oh goodness. No, no, where's that hijab thing? You know when she tell her father, when a blind man come? Maybe I've missed it. Oh, here it is. Imam Sajjad narrates, and you know all Shias going, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad in Majlis. Okay. Once a blind man sought permission from Fatima to enter her house, and when he entered, Fatima hid herself from his sight. Are you kidding me? Look how dumb we have become. The Prophet was present. No, no, I tell you, Fatima, be Fatima the Zahra, you are seeing how dumb we have become. You see what the answer be Fatima the Zahra gave her father. The Prophet was present, and the witness to the scene said, Fatima, why do you hide yourself from him when he can see you? She replied, O Prophet of God, although he cannot see me, I can see him, and my scent will reach him. The Prophet praised her and said, bear witness that you are a part of me. And then you say that the Prophet, blind men come to the Prophet, but that different reason. I do, yeah, that's true. But here she said that she not trust herself. Huh? What happened to that you give trust to your husband? If even women are flirting with him, maybe very, oh yes, it is. In Shiaism, there's segregation. Women cannot flirt, are women. They are in hijab. Full sarandas, covering. Like Iranis, we called it the sarandas, you know. I can see him and my scent will reach him. Allah, that a blind man. So he get the what? And if she is seeing him, she not trust in herself. What will happen if she see him? Tell me. Okay, I can understand that he have a nose. He's not a dumb, blind, and not have his nose also scent gone. Uh, his nose thing gone, smell gone, sense of smell. My scent will reach him. But Fatima, don't you want to give a blind man your scent because you smell like paradise and he cannot smell it on earth? Alas. But you gave your chadar to a Jew. Oh, wait. Best of hijab is to stay away. A similar incident has also been narrated from Imam Ali. In another hadith, Imam Ali asked Fatima, who are the best of women? The noble and pious lady replied, when she does not see non-mahram men. We are not allowed to see men at all. And non-mahram men do not see her. That's it. We are gone cases. Stay in the house. In the incident, the blind man lady Fatima indicates two things. Hijab, chastity, and piety is not limited to keeping oneself away from the sight of non-mahrams. but also not looking at non mahrams or controlling our sight from looking at them. Very, very good explanation. Is considered a prerequisite to a job, and smelling the scent of perfume of a person by a non mahram can also excite the emotions and desires. This is true, proven scientifically, I tell you, and can cause one to fall into sin. So I had to throw away my, when, you know, try to not throw away, but not apply perfume, fragrance. Here's your heart. Sorry again. So, okay, now scientifically, because uh, Mother Teresa said that about Mary, God become attracted to her because she chaste woman. She keep her chastity, and then God become attracted to her. So chastity, very good. So please stay away. And when they call you for marriage, God will just believe. Take Fatima, Bibi Fatima Zahra's name. Your marriage will be blessed. Yeah, let me see. We have the best percentage of keeping, in Shias. I don't know if any research is done. Marriage, divorces. What percentage is there? This will be very divorce in the Shia community. Very good. There is a site here. Accurate statistics are not available to me. Some people claim the divorce rate among Muslims is around 31%, which would mean that one is in every three. One in every three. Why the divorce rate is increasing? Because the Western thing, a man doesn't want to marry him. Five, and even if, how many are true Shias? Oh, yes, that's also the problem, right? How many are, and yeah. So, wait a minute. We cannot we cannot apply perfume? No. Can't look at a man? No. And we just, yeah. Segregated. And then when we get married, the mother sees us. And then he can just look at us. This very, very strict religion. Will it work, the marriage? Of course, it has to. The Muslims, 54% are slightly more likely than the general public, 49% to accept divorce. This difference is more pronounced when comparing. So, ispu.org. Yes, it has. If no, if I say it's due to the Arabs becoming, more un-Islamic, right? Hijab. Oh, so who can beat the Shias? Who will tell the Shias that the police do not mete out punishments? Forget this marriage thing. Oh, and so no, they will have no secret lovers, but they will have open lovers. And Hindu community don't. Politics, pagan, or what? So Jiddu Krishnamurti best, I tell you. But that will take a long time. You can do Muji Baba. So you have to see who get married to whom. Oh, I tell you, he's best. Khalil Gibran. Not much problem, nothing. You see, on marriage. That's it. You read this, no problem. Uh, religious scholars, you sleep peacefully. Marriage by Khalil Gibran. Then Almitra spoke again and said, "And what about marriage, master?" And he answered, saying, "You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. You shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping. Then what you do is to give your heart to your mummy in her hand, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, what she do. For only the hand of life can contain your heart. You read this and you say, Mummy, I give my right letter, I give my hand, my life in your hands. My heart, my life, everything. Ooh. So she can throw you whatever. For only the hand of life can contain your hearts and stand together. You are so stupid. And stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadows. And I remember one song that from one we used to drink तुमसे मिला था प्यार इंडियन सॉन्ग का में कुछ अच्छे नसीब थे हम उन दिनों अमीर थे जब तुम करीब थे एंड प्याला हटा के तेरी हथेली से पिएंगे यानी from your hand I will drink. Hindus going further, like not like Khalil Gibran in this. Pyala hata ke meaning I will put away the bowl, pyala, and bring I will drink from your hand. The lovers sing, college lovers, girlfriend, boyfriend coming. So do not keep a secret. My Shia is getting very, very, concerned what has happened. That's why do hijab, this, that. Now tell me, oh, Iran. Irani Shias, you are happy to get married without the looking at who you are going to get married to. Or just before getting married, he come to your parent house and your parents are sitting there and you can take off the hijab and show him how your hair is. right? And then you just talk a little and you get married. Blessings coming. No, this is also not the right too much strict. Who is talking? So let us see universal truth coming, or what? A scientific? Huh. The atheists will tell me, no, no, I have to bring all, but has science done any research on this? How in Quran coming that oh yes, wife very faithful, trustworthy to her husband coming, and also Surah Rum ayat coming. Yes, yes. So, oh God, the Shias have got me. Surah Rum ayat. Huh? So you and one of another you are. So be careful of your duty to each other. You are one of another. Marry. No, no. Also Surah Nisa ayat. Surah Rum ayat coming and 21 verse, and which is the other verse. So first let me see this one. You are one of another, right? So why should you have any fear of fornication, urges like this coming? And whoever among you cannot find the means to marry free believing women, then he may marry from those whom your right hands possess, of believing slave girls. Wait a minute. Believing slave girls. This very, very long verse, and Allah knows best. Huh? Well, they put here, Sai, Fatayatikumu, your slave girls, your right hands of possess of your right hands of your slave girls. So mutta, they say, is this, the Shias, which is before this. And then come your slave girls here of the believers. I drop this or not? Fatayatikumu. This is not the malakat aimanakum, your right hands possess, right? But this is your slave girls of the believers. You, with your right, excuse me. Oops. Sanata, yes, free. Wait a minute, what is this going on? And whoever is not able to among you afford to marry, afford the free chaste believing women, then marry then marry from what malakat possessed your right hands. This okay, of of now what will you say? Shias, your slave girls, slave girls. Fatayatikum. I'm having a kind of a disease. No, I feel like not disease spell. It's like my energy is leaving me. The believer of the believers, and Allah knows best. Oh, Fatima, baby Fatima. Hmm. About your faith, you from are from one another one. Okay, so and Allah knows best about your faith. You are from one another. So marry them what your right hands possess from your slave girls. Marry them with the permission of their family and give them the bridal due. Also, please, any Shia uncle shunkle talk about Ghadir and much information on Shia Islam give. Huh? Even the slave girls, this ayat say, ask permission from their parent. मर जाओ डूब के commit suicide. शर्म से डूब के मर जाओ. In a fair manner, chaste they should be, not those who commit immorality, and not those who take secret lovers. Why should they take secret lovers if their religion says you can be lovers openly? But okay, maybe a permissive society. So someone, or no, Ismaili Imam say something about the permissive society. So we need to have some strictness, some discipline. Adultery, and if they commit adultery, then for them is half of what one is. On is the free chaste. Oh yes, on is the free chaste women. That's right. Of the punishment that. Sorry, I'm having difficulty reading like this. That for whoever is fears committing sin. Committing sin. You know what the heart already, I say, forget, I Shia, but when I think, that, what this marriage and all this, your heart should, when your heart loves somebody, and so these Muslim men, where they, if let's suppose better that they fast here, no, sorry, be patient for you, better. And this is one of the rare cases where you can just, your urges are, there's some terrible Muslim man, young man, have fear. So Allah cover everything. Yes, I'll try to be as like a judge now, because you see, I'm here like her. My akabat is at stake. My hereafter is at stake, right? So I don't want to uh, look at this in a unserious manner. So forgive me for the jokes and all this, but I'm very serious inside. I have fear. I've been through hell and I don't want to end up in hell after life. I have some spirituality in me. If you see, I cannot say where I came from, how can I say where I'm going? And if I cannot, if science has not found life before any prenate, but still, there's not that substantial proof that there is no life before birth, right? There's no spirit life before birth in the body, coming in the body from your mother's womb. So we leave this alone. But here we are told there are many things I don't agree to, like see, but I have not that wisdom to speak about it. So here that you are one of another. You belong to one another. This is where Islam has told us we belong to one another. Quran ayat tells us, Surah Nisa 25. Just want to click on this one. Let me see if I can footnote. No, no footnote. So either I'm missing it or I want to see the Sunni footnote here. So what I really, I say so a lot. Sorry about this. I'm really concerned. I don't want my Shias to. Where's that verse that comes? Oh no, it comes in a hadith. That's for the Sunnis. When I was concerned about the Sunnis, that you make a mistake and you fight each other, kill each other. But I know the Shias won't do this. But in other ways, the Shias could be misguiding because this is a false religion. So there's some good ayats in this and there's some bad ayats. Discrepancies and all. So let's be fair and square like a judge. But in this madness, I could not be a judge. Oh yeah, it's like, Alzheimer's. Behavior also changed my behavior. So we are one of another. And could we just, for a while, put aside all this segregation and the non-mahram? Like I've lived in the West, but my experience won't do much good because there is things going on. It's a permissive society. In Europe, so you can look at men freely move, and when you love someone, love them like so that you become so faithful to them, hopefully, and to each other. You become faithful to each other, and you dance like a dervish. So meet Joe Black. You find your twin soul or your soulmate. Find someone you can love like crazy and who will love you the same way back. How do you find him? Well, you forget your head and you listen to your heart. Moviequotes.com. So, where's the quote? Maybe this is ideal and I'm not looking at those. Yeah, so you'll say that the Quran covers all men of all ages and the fears and all this. So, but maybe in the Hindus could listen to me, Radha Rani and Krishna, but Ram and Sita. I want you to get swept away out there. I want you to levitate. I want you to sing with rapture and dance like a dervish. Find someone you can love like crazy and who will love you the same way back. How do you find him? Well, you forget your head and you listen to your heart. How many of you are listening to your hearts? This is, maybe we can even curb the fear of sleeping around and all this, or having the urge of sexual desires. Oops. So empty your minds. Am I leading you to that heart? When Radha Rani has shown you Hindus, then they were around men, but there was not adultery, fornication, fear of this, fear of that, but that some husbands were not good with their wives. At that time, and Krishna had to marry them. This is so contemplate on your heart. You know, you are giving your life away. Do not sell it. Will you be selling yourself short? Maybe we have some urges, desires, which are like appetites, like you need food. Uh, you also need man, woman coming together. So I'll be very blunt. What would you do if you listen to your heart? Be open to your heart. So you made some mistakes, and you know what the Hindus say, Sancha Nam Tera, Tu Shamir. You know, love, and you make some mistakes. But then in the end, God forgives you. Have you ruined the whole society? By fornication and all this? Marrying 4 wives, 2 wives. Islam. So I wasn't prepared for this, but let me make a fool out of myself. Love someone. Love is one thing that can save you. Don't look at the, okay, you can look at the outer appearance, but listen to your heart. Love, heart, and all this. Then you won't need all this what your right hand possess. And is it unhealthy, Maulana Saab? And well, you will not give your daughter for what your right hands possess. How many Shias have given their daughter allowed for muta? Hmm? So unless there's a divorce and the father has passed away, then probably the Shia woman can take her own, you know, take the step of deciding. She can decide for herself about this, whether she wants to have mutta with someone, but maybe after the father has passed away. Unless the brothers come after her and kill her for what? What is this? Man coming, I will kill you. Shia brother wanting to kill or, harm, hurt. Very, very scary. Why would you kill your sister? She's practicing an Islamic Shia Mutta. But she has to keep it secret, away from her brother. There are cases like this I've known. Secret lover. Real life, come to reality. So these rare problems that, but that's because that bad Shia brother not understand that his sister had to do muta, right? What? Now that bad, the brother bad, un-Islamic, because if the brother go harm the sister, get angry, well, he harming himself. So no, no, that the way I cannot convince my Shias. How? Which way I convince my Shias? I know. So everything very good, and oh, I have to also go to Surah Mumtahana. Why I forget? You know, here who bring hatred, and if they have not expelled you, but okay, so we say Ramla became a Muslim. Okay. Uh, I will see. No, no, I'm not going until I convince. And so the Maulanas take their hats off, Marjas take their turbans off today. Tonight is the night, right? I will do my part. Prophet made a mistake. Let me see, let me think. You fool. So I come in a hurry, emergency, like every time I think. So I'm also panic struck and time, we want to help people. I'm not a Jew. I'm not Israel Zionist. I'm not American. What made me leave this? Maulana Saab, mohabbat to ho gayi hai, but once you say, you look at your heart. Look at your heart. Concentrate. Love will automatically give you that sacrifice. Love, true love, bring that sense of responsibility, devotion, duty. I tell you, if you, if you see, I found a quote in Karachi: "Love makes anything love touches, love makes everything it touches sacred." You know what sacred is? Quote. Here is the quote. I don't know. Barbara De Angelis loves a brainy quote. I don't want to, uh, I don't mean copyrights infringement, but I really need this to save humanity, human beings. So, firstly, yeah, I'm not very organized. Uh, that verse, save humanity, single community. We can do that. Yes, Surah Baqarah ayat 213. So all this nonsense coming, no Maulana, no Marja can tell me about Satan, why he do this against Allah, and why no reason good enough, right? Forget it. I read Allama Tabatabai's explanation. I I listen to Allama Rashid Turabi, the genius of his time, Majlis on this. Valvala, there was a commotion in heaven, up there, high place assembly. Angels and all that. You will fail to give me the reason. Love's greatest gift is its ability to make everything it touches sacred. What the Mother Teresa say when you look at someone? Let there be softness, kind in your eyes. So we want such people. Even Jiddu Krishnamurti try. He say if 10 people are sincere in this, what I'm saying, and can see it, we can, the world will be different. And you are the world. We are the world. Then they sing a song come out. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a better day, so let's not give in. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. We're saving our own lives. So, like that, spiritually and the love, bring love in. And love, you not need to bring in your heart. You just need to cleanse yourself and fall into your heart, and you will be in love, divine love. So you say, who this person, but don't, Imam Ali, Shias, Imam Ali said, don't just see who the person is, but what, sometimes you have to see what the person is saying. And here I say, look at what the person is saying. Barbara De Angelis, love's greatest gift is its ability. You know, Allah say, Shane, on everything I am competent, meaning He's able to do everything, right? And love's greatest gift is its ability to touch, make a sacred everything it touches. Everything it touches. And the greatest gift of life is love, which is larger than life. You know, I say love is larger than life, but the respect, the life of others, and the freedom. And when you love someone, you do not want to take away the freedom. So true love says, go, you're free. You know, like we go to our grand aunt, their doors open. We not get attached, obsessed with them because they feed our souls. Their doors open, they're never busy for us. We never have fear of attachment or obsession with them. People may say we took them for granted, and I also think like, did I take my grandaunt for granted? Why did I get attached to a teacher, obsessed with a teacher, when I had such great two grandaunts? Their doors open. They never tell us they're busy, or they want time for themselves, or they have a private life. This way, you never make anyone insecure or obsessed with you. They're healthy human beings, although Shias. Anyways, my grandaunt Mimi never wear hijab. And my other aunt Hajar, auntie never wear, oh, we say auntie of Sindhi Koja. So auntie Mimi, and auntie Hajar auntie. Hajar, yeah, so sorry, I get confused now. If I try the English way or American way, Aunt Hajar, the door's always open. And do you know that song come from 10,000 Maniacs? Trouble me, disturb me with all your might. So we have lost it somewhere. We have gone wrong. And the answer is not in religious, strict rules and laws. And although we say it has covered everything for everyone, it has not even helped Zainab bin Josh. You did not see it, the Shias. She became a miserable widow after marrying and divorced, after getting a divorce with Zaid. And you say that the Prophet Muhammad married her. Solution to that problem? When she was a widow Quraysh widow, and she was not miserable. Why can't you see it? So trouble me. You know, our grandaunts, old people, even in a portrait of a lady, by Henry James. I read a long time ago that natural people are the least of trouble. Trouble me, disturb me with all your might. What is this person coming and uh, staying over and, never in our grand aunt. Our doors were open. Trouble Me is a song by the American alternative rock group 10,000 Maniacs and the first single from their 1989 album Blind Man Zoo. So, no, I don't think strict rules and laws are going to help humanity. And so please drop Islam because I see lot is at stake. You depriving homosexuals. Oh, here is. Oh, sorry, I'm on the tab. Okay, so I'm in a very sorry. Paramahamsa Vishwananda Shias, come here. Come here. Where is his achieve anything you want? Life, satsang. Which one was it? God, be what God made you. Oops, it's a long. Be what God made you. It's, so now I've come to this man. Nijis, impure. Sorry, I mean, be how God made you. So from here, I again go to Surah Baqarah. That's why I come here. Because I listen to it again. Please listen to this. Shias, you have a duty. Listen to all sides. You don't have to touch him. You know who wrote Gabra Igizena? A Hindu. But we can't touch him. Philanthropic work, that was okay, Sunni Hadith about Prophet Muhammad. When you go to Khadija and all this. No, you tell me here, we have billions of Shias, millions of Shias gone at the stake now. We have Iran, women's rights. I was going to be I was going to be true in my religion, not just like that for worldly desires that I leave my religion. So how do I speak to your very souls, reach your soul tonight? Be how God made you. Shall I play this? No, yes, let me do it. Where is stop?
At him. Just when people look at other people, they laugh at other people, they judge other people. So then Ashavaksha laugh at them also. So they say, I thought I was gathered from past, which is the mind, the intellect, and the senses with it also, to the leaving this old body and to the new body. So you see which life when you understand this verse itself, you see, you don't carry only, this your consciousness. Your consciousness take everything from past lives also. You see, if you were in a female body, let's say in your last life, of course that
energy will be also predominated in this life itself. So it is not about being male or female, It's about being the Atma itself, understanding of the Atma is beyond the gender itself. And what we act upon into this world, we act upon samskaras from past also that we have taken with us. So Bhagavan Krishna said, when the Atma is living this body, you know. So as long as there's life into this body, one is alive, you know, the mind, the intellect, this physical body, they are all alive. But when the Atma departs from this body, and the absence of the Atma, in the absence of this divine consciousness inside this body, the Atma, you may have the form outside, you may look beautiful, you can have long hair, beautiful blue eyes, you can have, however beautiful you are, but without life inside the body, you will be a dead body. It will be empty completely. Here, Bhagavan Krishna used that word, when one Atma is departing from this world, it take, something also from that body itself, So it take the mind and the senses with it. Of course, it's not in a gross way. It is in a subtle body. So the subtle body take also the impression of the mind and the impression of the senses with it and carry it from this body to the next body. So if your impression on that body, you didn't finish with being who you were, let's say you had a woman body, and of course when you are born again, that predominant feminine energy will be more stronger inside of you. And of course, because of that, people don't understand the way how Atma work now, and why one incarnate with fully tough male body and the other one have more feminine. You can see that also in a family itself. And when you have a deeper understanding of the Atma, then there is no judgment upon that. Then Bhagavan Krishna said, it's just when we analyze what he said, it's so beautifully. It's like the wind carries the fence from one place to the other. You see, it's like, let's say in a room, you have some incense burning. Okay, the air is in the room, they're all filled with that. But you will not feel it, you will not, if you are inside, you don't feel it, you don't smell it. But when you open the window, straight away you feel the breeze change. So when the breeze change, you have a different understanding of what is the smell is. So like that also, the impression of past lives also you carry with you. And being the embodied soul itself, this is who you are truly. So you will have to come to do different dharma and finish certain things which you have not finished. Yeah. So like that, whether you have the quality which awake, whether you're male, heterosexual, or transsexual, or gay, or lesbian, it doesn't matter. You have to be yourself, You have to learn to accept, firstly, you have to learn to accept yourself how you are, Forget about other people accepting you. As long as you don't accept yourself, nobody will be able to accept you. But if you accept yourself, then everybody will not have any problem with it. Of course, you see, parents, like I said, because there is a lack of education into this field, there have been always judgment upon that. That's why very often people are so narrow in their way of thinking and the way of seeing these things. That's why there's prejudgment. This reminds me of this beautiful story of King Janak itself. Now, King Janak, he wanted to have deeper understanding of the Atma, deeper understanding of.
Okay, yes, so this, you see, people will not understand and they judge you by the mind and what they have been conditioned on to judge you about. Like, for example, if in Islam some say that sexuality is not allowed, then they judge you like that. Homosexuality is not allowed. And have to do research to change Iran's mind on this. But I couldn't. So, easy way came. Thank God. To understand the Atma, understanding hearts. Robert Schuller's book, in one of his books, he says, God asked Solomon, what do you want? He said, I want a discerning heart or a understanding heart. So that way, to understand the Atma, he says, if you understand it. And what are we told in the Quran? Little knowledge has been given about this. Given little knowledge of the Ruh. Oh, and the Hindus have, like, if I want to know, I need, you see, this is why also Paramahamsa Vishwananda of Bhakti Marga says, if you don't have knowledge of the Atma, how will you know what it is? That maybe you are reincarnated and we shun it. It's a taboo. Don't talk about it. It's not in our religion. Soul is inclined to evil. Why have we been given such little knowledge? You know, they say half knowledge is dangerous knowledge. So they ask you, O Prophet, about the spirit. Say, its nature is known only to my Lord, and you, O humanity, have been given but little knowledge. Christ says, and then you want to talk about spiritual things like, then how will we know? Then you go to up there, tell us in the Quran ayats, Shaitan had this, and so this happened, and first and foremost, the most important knowledge, this regards us. It's not the soul, it's the spirit. Ruh. Oh, you see what a tragedy has happened? What Paramahamsa, I got it easy. I didn't have to go around the world researching gay. Is it biological? Although someone told me that he had gone to a psychiatrist. I asked him, can you please tell me, if you don't mind? I'm interested to know how God allured you when you were you believe in. He told me once I called the Holy Spirit, and then he told me he was gay. I mean, even in Christianity, I don't think gayism is allowed, homosexuality is allowed. So he was willing to tell me his whole story, and it was very interesting. He said with his parents, he went to the psychiatrist in childhood. He was attracted to boys from childhood. And the psychiatrist told his parents that this is biological. I said, no, no. He said, yes. So after Gomor, however you pronounce that, and there was the Sodom, uh, still, when God destroyed the whole race, still there is homosexuality. I mean, some Shias think that there are verses in the Quran which are against homosexuality. Lut's people, they ask you, Muhammad, about the soul. Say, the soul The spirit, sorry, it's not the soul. And some translators don't even know the difference between soul and spirit. Nafs is different, spirit is different. Great tragedy has happened. So please stop judging people according to Islamic laws and ways. And stop this. 2 hours have gone by, and now who's going to listen to the end? Sometimes the end is better than the beginning. I pick up momentum in the end. Oh, God. So maybe I'll start the next live stream tomorrow. I will start from where this. So I think I have to end now. As important, this last message is very important. So I'll end now. Yes, the intelligent ones will get it. Shias. Oh my God, it's 2:46. It's around 3 hours, tentatively. 3 hours, about 3 hours. Okay, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for the likes. God bless you all and your family members immensely, always. Have a beautiful life. What a mishap. Oh, okay. Now I'm in a nervous breakdown now.